Hey Mooch Crap J-Dubs.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
Hey Mooch, hey Crap, hey Jay.
What up with your Crap and Mooch and Jay with?
Wake on up. It's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your eye boogies, get your coffee finished yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Show. Wake up, let us begin with gaming and callings from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people and coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's ride. Mooch and Crap. Make sure.
Mooch, Crap, J-Dub.
¿Cómo están, bitches?
Hey Mooch and Crap, hey Jay.
Hey Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch and Crap and Jay?
What's up, Mooch and Crap? What's up, J-Dubs?
Hello, Mooch and Crap.
What up, Mooch? What up, Crap?
Hey, what's up, Mooch and Crap?
You guys have the best damn podcast on YouTube, bar none.
That's pretty good, Crap.
Yeah, I love it, man. I like that one a lot, man. That's a good intro. Hey, everybody, what's up? We're definitely sorry about the delay there. We had run into all kinds of issues, so we're glad you guys stuck around. And welcome to the show, MNC Mornings, where if we don't look good, you don't look good.
That's right.
Something like that. I don't know.
Something
funny. What's funny, Mooch, is we're having a really good time right before the show comes on, man. We're laughing, and that's why the show was going to start originally like 5-6 minutes late, because we were like goofing around. Right. So then we go to start it up, and you hear that bad sound, ba-ding, and that's not a good sound.
No,
so,
it's not.
Right. Whenever that sound hits. So I want to remind everybody, hit that like button early and often, and we're gonna have a really good show today. We will be paying our respects to one Xbox Addict, who sadly passed away this past week. We have a nice little tribute planned for him that we're going to play. That's going to be a little bit later. Let some people shuffle in and things like that. So, Mooch, what have you been doing, man? Well, I know one thing you've been doing.
What's that?
Getting another PlayStation 4 Pro.
I did, folks. I did. Well, I have two X's and I have two setups. I have the upstairs, like, everyone has like that kind of family room, and we were able to actually get a entertainment room downstairs. So I'm downstairs and I'm like, it would be fun to be able to play the PlayStation games that are coming out. There's quite a few this year. We know that. And I said, let me see what's going on. But you guys know I'm a big proponent of the word value. And I was just saying this. So they had a $3.99. I think you should always get a bundle that comes with the game for the price. So $3.99. I went and tried to get the God of War one. That didn't work out. It's unusual. They had the situation where you had to pre-order it, and they only got in the number of pre-orders precisely. There was no extras. There was no this. I called a couple of my friends that I know that are in the business. They said, no, it is what it is.
Everybody wanted those things, apparently.
Well, you say that, but each store only got between 6 and 10 of them around here. And I mean, I am in New York. It's not like, there wasn't like 100 of them.
They did the limited Easter edition. The Easter
Bunny edition. Yes.
Easter Bunny edition, yeah.
So anyways, I was very fortunate. Shout out to True Racer. Hooked me up with a code. And I got God of War mooched. So I said, well, now wait a minute. I said, I'm still in the market for a PS4.
You mooched it from True Racer, who is a crapaholic.
He's a crapaholic, but he's slowly merging over to neutral between me and you. I think it's fair, right, Crap?
I don't know if I think it's fair.
But nonetheless, let's get back to this math lesson, folks.
Yes.
So $3.99, I found that they still had the Star Wars Battlefront 2 edition. I said, you know what? You got to get something for your cash. So I had an Xbox One S still. I was using basically as a 4K Blu-ray player, but I'm like, you know what? I'm like, in the room it's in, we're not really utilizing. GameStop's giving $150 crap on an Xbox One S 1 terabyte. Did that, had a $50 gift certificate still to GameStop lingering around. And this past yesterday, they gave 60 points for every dollar spent towards their rewards program at GameStop. So I ended up getting 60 points where usually you get like 20. So it was over, above, and beyond. So you end up walking out. By the time you get credits and everything, it was just a little over $150 because I got some of the credit back from that GameStop rewards program. So to walk out with the Star Wars Battlefront 2 limited edition Star Wars, which actually the controller says Star Wars all over the actual push button on the controller, looks really cool. And I got the game. To walk out, I said I couldn't pass on it, and there it is, folks. Yeah, so now I have 2 X's and 2 Pros.
He sends me a picture of it, and I was like, yeah, hey, we're ponies now,
We're ponies. So it was that was just odd timing, but yeah.
It runs a lot quieter than your other Pro, right?
Well, that's something we should talk about too, because apparently maybe then there is an issue. My upstairs one sounds the Pro. It sounds like a jet engine taking off.
I remember your issue with your Scorpio. It was, we made fun of you for a week. Ooga,
choga. Ooga. But apparently I'm not the only one. My PS4 Pro, like there's a line. Boom's having now Boom just got the new God of War one, and I am paraphrasing, folks. He did say that he plugged in the new God of War special edition, and I believe he said the God of War one is even making a lot of noise. Now, my Star Wars one is pretty quiet. Oh, the second one is super quiet?
Yeah, his new one is
the Star Wars one is super quiet. I have to say that. The Star Wars one is quiet. But the first one I got, the Pro, it's really loud. And I was looking like all over the place. I can see if I can find my receipt, see if I still have it under warranty. So, yeah, anyways, that was a little bit of the Lady Foxfire. Shout out to her. Ew, Mooch, that's an ugly Pro. Well, Fox,
it looks better in person.
The Star Wars one looks pretty good in person, and it looks better than the God of War one.
You know what's funny? Mooch, the guy who hates collectors and special editions, has the special edition.
I do.
So,
well, hold on a minute now. I have 2 X's in the house. One's a Scorpio edition, which, by the way, okay, the Scorpio edition looks like the regular edition. Okay,
dude, it's not a Scorpio on it. Come on.
Wow. So wait a minute. You're telling me if I come over to your house and I put a Mooch sticker on it, you have a special edition Mooch X?
I have a special edition Bazinga S.
You do have a Bazinga.
I do. I'll never put a Bazinga
Courtesy of
sticker
Hellhammer,
on it.
folks.
Yeah, so I find that to be rather hilarious. I wanted to let you guys know we have a really good top 10 as well today. So we're going to do that at like around 200 likes or so. So make sure you guys get that. Trust me,
folks.
You're going to want to hear this one. It was hilarious.
Mooch, I had a real important question to ask you.
Yes.
So what kind of heat do you have in your home? Do you have electric, oil? Do you have
He's got PS4 heat.
I have PS4 heat upstairs.
Now that you've got a PS4 upstairs and downstairs, you're going to save a ton of money on heating costs this winter.
That's a great point, Jay. We're going to put a positive spin on even the 150. So realistically, if Jay's right and we do the calculation, I got a free PS4. I'll be saving an easy 150 on heating bills.
Right.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Jay, for bringing awareness.
Yes, that's what he does. He brings awareness and things like that. And that's always a good thing, folks. That's always a very good thing. So there is some interesting things going on. We got a pretty decent games with gold lineup, don't you think?
I think it's actually for once something we can't complain about. I even thought last month's was pretty decent. I know, like
Super Mega Baseball 2.
Well, Metal Gear Solid 5's a decent pick. Rack them up.
I agree, Crap.
What do you think, Crap? I mean, are you being a bit facetious, or are you kind of? Can you be talked into? It's okay.
Yeah, I think it's pretty good actually. Vanquish is really good. I have that though, but it'll be cool to have a digital version of that. And Metal Gear Solid 5, I love the beginning of that, and then it got worse and worse. Right. But it'll be good to have a digital version of that too. And then Super Mega Baseball, I guess they got to give us some kind of baseball, right?
Yeah, I mean, listen, I got news for you. I've said this a number of times. I'll keep this real short. I mean, I love baseball. I really, really, truly do. Anyone who follows me on Twitter knows I'm always I try to keep it very, very sporadic. I don't do it very often. But I do tweet out, a Mets victory here and there. But here's the thing. Baseball games on video game platforms, I think, are awfully boring. That does not mean MLB The Show is a bad game. It's probably the best made baseball game I've ever seen.
But me and you both got that game last year.
Yeah.
And we were like, what now?
6 weeks. Yeah, I'm done. I don't feel like sitting there after a long day and being like, and the pitch.
The wind up, and he's scratching himself. And the pitch.
The pitch.
Whoa.
So, for me personally, I don't think that's anywhere near a loss for the Xbox. I think there's other things Xbox needs to focus on besides baseball games. But I understand that people say if they build it, they will come. So only time will tell. Yeah. I mean, other than that, I'm not really sure what they can do. Crap. I think Major League Baseball has their rights and they have their signed contracts with Sony. And until that expires, I don't know.
They don't have a signed contract with Sony. I mean, they do. Like they pay for a license, but anybody can get that license.
Okay.
Right. So RBI Baseball, for example, also has that they can use official license, not like the football one. So multiple people can use it. So it's pretty cool.
But getting back to what your first question, Crap, was how's the week? I think we could start to kind of get into it. I've actually been very impressed with the community, and I mean the gaming community overall. The Xbox community has kind of stepped up because Xbox Addict was one of our own brothers, and he did so much for the community, Crap, and it's really been an honor to work with you and Jay and the folks that called in to make what we were about to present soon very special. Because Matt did touch a lot of people.
Yeah, he was a really good guy. I didn't get the chance to like meet him in person like so many people did, but being that he was just such a big Xbox fan and very vocal on Twitter and things like that, I think that a lot of people became very friendly with him. He was just a friendly guy, he's a very likable guy. And I did a couple podcasts with him because he was on Crossfire. And it just really sort of snuck up on you, like 1 second he's there and then you're like, well, I haven't seen any tweets from him because he was always on Twitter,
Right.
And next thing you know, I think his mom gave the bad news, and then and it just was very shocking. He's a young guy. And and he served his country. He was a really good person, and he was a really big Xbox fan, and he made it out to E3 though, so
think about this, Crap. Think about the situation he had in his life where he was paralyzed at a young age and still only preaching positive words, encouragement. He DM'd me a bunch of times just on everything from some life stuff to just like video games, and he was always positive. And I mean, that's just something that and he was really like, he was always giving. I just find that to be a powerful individual. And that's what's kind of saddens me the most, is that those are the people we need around us more often than not. And the fact that Matt's in a better place right now. Let's put it that way. He's not in pain anymore because I think he was in a lot of pain. I think that he's in a better place, but at the same time, I truly miss not having him around.
Yeah, he was especially around E3 time. It was always a good time to kind of just talk gaming, and he loved Sea of Thieves. He's immortalized in that game.
He's in the game.
He's
so
in the
cool.
Game. Yeah, he's in the game. I mean, do you think probably now would be a good time to run our little tribute? Don't you guys think?
I'd certainly like to. A lot of folks called in, and this is something that Jay, Crap, myself, we met when this first happened, and we said I'd really like to pay tribute to just one of the best people in the Xbox community. And Jay, thank you for your work on this as well.
Yeah, so this was big thanks to Jay and everybody that called in and helped send to do this. I mean, very cool stuff. So hopefully you guys enjoy. Hopefully it's a respectful tribute that you guys like.
Yes.
Hi, this is the Xbox Pope. I just wanted to give the family of Matt, aka Xbox Addict, my deepest sympathy. It was a huge shock to me and those who knew him. We lost a great member of the gaming world and the Xbox community. I had the pleasure to work alongside Matt as we did the Sea of Thieves gifts for all those at Rare, to say thank you for all their hard work, a memory I will treasure forever. I am working very close with the Xbox team, so Xbox Addict will never be forgotten. So one last thing before I go, may many of you carry Matt's attitude and spirit to gaming. God rest his soul.
Hey MOH Crap Jay, this is the Downer. Obviously we lost one of our own the other day, which I think most of us were pretty shocked by it. I just wanted to say a few words to the Xbox community and the family. I think, a prominent event is an event that everyone has, at least once in their lives. This event changes a lot in many ways. It shapes us, it changes you, and it causes us to have a little bit more respect. I think not just for a stranger's life, but also the lives of friends, family, but also the people that you love and care for. I heard of Matt's death the other night, just like everybody else. I heard it on the place that we all gather, we all talk, we all shoot the shit about something we love, which is gaming and Xbox. I think a prominent event was when I met Matt for the first time. I was drawn to Matt's passion, his service to our country, which I totally admire and respect. Understanding his disability and, the ability to overcome that. A prominent event teaches everybody. I think Matt, has taught us a little something, both directly and indirectly. Keep doing what you love, be passionate. Appreciate what you have in life. And love of country, which we could all admire and strive to live every day like that. He was a prominent man, a prominent life, and it was a pleasure. It was truly a pleasure knowing him. It's true that there's, much sadness in this community today, over the last couple days, but all the journeys that gaming and Xbox gave Matt, I think his real journey has just begun. Gaming lived in Matt, kind of like it lives in all of us. May some of Matt's spirit and passion live with all of us. I think this is what I'll remember. All right. I appreciate you guys having me on. This is the Downer Out.
Hey, MNC Mornings, Matty Beast here. Calling in tonight with a heavy heart at the loss of Xbox Addict. I had the pleasure of getting to know him and even having podcasted with him before, and just such a tremendous person, tremendous gamer, a really fantastic supporter of Xbox, but did it the right way. Just such a nice and gracious person, and just really, I'm just really feeling it. I imagine everybody else is too. It certainly comes as a shock, and just a great man. So he served our country, and just so greatly appreciate his contributions to our country, to gaming. And just really appreciated getting to know him, and he will be missed by all of us. I imagine you'll be getting a lot of calls like this week, and I haven't called in a long time, but just really felt compelled as this is really a big loss for all of us. I really send out all my thoughts and prayers to his wife and his children and the rest of his family, as I can't imagine what they're going through, and we're all thinking of you and praying for you, and just this one hurts. That's really all I could say, but I'm so grateful that I got the chance to get to know him, and just really thank him for all that he has done for the community. Take care. Out.
Hey, this is Tim Dog from Twitter. Just wanted to say Matt was a great person, an Xbox fan that was second to none, just a gamer in general that pushed positivity across all platforms. You know, one of his goals was to hit 20,000 followers. He had told me that. Happy to say that we all, rallied around that and we got him to 20,000. Just wanted to say I love Matt and rest in peace, brother.
Earlier in the week, we lost a true Xbox pioneer in Xbox Addict, who was also known as Matt. He was a very, very big family man, a former Marine. He served his country. He cared very much about his family, and he was also an outstanding ambassador for Xbox. We are all truly saddened by his loss, and I cannot express my condolences enough to his family and friends. Although I never met him in person, I did interact with him quite a bit on Twitter and have podcasted with him, and we are all going to be much worse without this man in our lives. And even on social media, he was just funny and always outgoing and talking about Xbox, and I think that that's something genuinely that we don't have anymore, and it's going to be missed. And I think that Matt would want us to have fun and just be good to one another. Matt was such a positive influence for gaming and gamers, and his legacy will continue to live on through his kids and his family. So he's definitely going to be missed, and Xbox and Twitter and all these places are going to be much worse off without him around. I hope he rests in peace. We miss you.
Matt, better known as Xbox Addict, was an Xbox community member, a military vet, and a family man. At 19, he was paralyzed from the waist down due to a car accident, yet only pushed positive vibes when it came to life and gaming. Matt will be truly missed, but his spirit and positivity will live on through all people he's touched in his life. I'm proud to call him my friend, and I hope to carry his legacy through the work that I do and to bring a community together like he did.
Anyone who says, hey, video games are the reason for violence, they make people violent or this or that, bullshit. A, it's never been proven, it won't ever be proven, and B, you're just skipping over all the good video games have done. What about all the lives saved and changed? What about all the smiles they've brought? What about all the kids in children's hospital with cancer? All they have is a video game to hold on to. They don't get to go outside and play. Or what? Like, here's my personal story. 14 years ago, when I was 19, I was in a car accident that left me paralyzed from here down. Yeah, wheelchair. There you go. And I was in a horrible place, a horrible, dark place. I thought my life is over, I'll never come back from this, everything I knew is gone. And then I got an Xbox, the OG Xbox, and it just changed everything for me. It brought back normalcy, it brought back, oh, you can do things you used to do. Life isn't over, it's different. And you can get through this, you can push past it. And it changed my whole outlook on everything. It absolutely saved my life. I wanted to die, and video games saved my life. I had nothing in this world. Everything was taken from me, but video games brought it all back. They gave me a sense of normalcy. They gave me a sense of the way I was before all this happened. And if you want to ignore all the kids video games have helped and all the people like me they've helped, you're just ignorant and you're an idiot. You need to look at the whole story, man, not just one little part of it. This whole country is bred on violence. We're a war country. We've been at war since we were born. And you want to say video games have done this? Come on, get real, man. Look at the good they've done. Look at the lives they've saved. And stop being so ignorant and looking at things one-sided.
Rest in peace, Matt.
Yeah, rest in peace, buddy.
Yeah, that was really well done, Jay. Thank you for putting that together, and everybody that called in or chipped in and contributed to that. So very, very heavy heart. And I think the thing that Matt would want though is like people to just continue having fun gaming. And
that's right.
So for the rest of the show, we do have some fun stuff planned. Hopefully you guys can laugh a little bit. Like the whole idea was to entertain and kind of maybe cry a little bit, maybe laugh a little bit, get entertained a little bit, have some fun. And I think that's, you celebrate people's lives.
Wow. There's Jay with right on the time for that. Shout out to Van. Thank you, Van, for that. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
But you know what, Crap, to add to what you were saying, Matt would have wanted us to keep playing games, have fun. And that's the one thing he always pushed for, is to strive on. So, outstanding work by Jay on that. Thank you to everyone who called in, as Crap just iterated. And Matt, rest in peace, buddy. We really do miss you.
Yeah, and if anybody wanted to call in Skype, you guys can MC Space Mornings.
Absolutely.
Maybe you talked to Matt or just had a little quirky, quick story you wanted to share. That's fine too. So, all very much welcome. And you guys are rocking with us today, man. Thank you guys so much. It's hard, you know what I mean? Because that was the first time that I saw that put all together.
Yeah.
And so I'm watching it there, and everybody's just like, and even myself, I hear myself on there, and I sound, just how I feel, and it really comes across. Like I didn't realize when I recorded it that it was going to sound.
Same here, Crap. That's the same thing. Like I literally, Jay actually wrote me, he goes, boy, you sound really, somber. I said, well, I wrote something. And then as I'm recording it, like, just because, your memories go through your mind, all the interactions you had with the individual, then you start thinking about the things that he did in his personal life. And, someone in the chat was asking, I'll just clarify this. Somebody said, why do you mention the congratulations for serving our country? Let me tell you something. A lot of people don't have the guts to do that. And that's something that I'll always stop, salute, shake hands, and thank anybody that decides that they will serve our country. It doesn't mean just wartime. It means also for anything at all. Like, there's people that are here domestically that assist us, and we need all the help we can always get in our country to make it the best country in the world. So thank you if you didn't understand that before, hopefully that clears it up.
Yes. MNC Mornings, how you doing? What's up?
Hey, Mooch. Hey, Crap. Hey,
Yes,
J
John.
Dubs the monkey. How you doing? By the way, that's your new nickname, J Dubs. J Dubs the monkey. 2, as you know, I've only been with Xbox for 2 years. So I didn't know Xbox Addict that well, but he sounded like a swell guy. I'm sorry he's gone. All right, bye.
Thank you, John.
Thanks, John Thomas.
We totally
We
appreciate that
it.
call. Yes, absolutely. Please do feel free to call in if you have some a great story or something you want to share. You hung out with Matt at E3, or you have an awesome gaming story. It'd be cool to hear.
Yes, that would very much welcomed. I think it's Mooch. Kind of, it's interesting because we're closing in on E3. You have these lists that supposedly leak.
Yeah.
You have people thinking one way or the other.
Right.
I always like the open dialogue of gaming and how, people have just kind of different opinions and things like that. And I think that, as far as I'm concerned, like the one list that leaked earlier in the week, that was nonsense, really. I mean, to think that Microsoft would just have everything set 2 months out is kind of ridiculous. And
when I saw
let's throw in Scream Ride 2 for
Scream Ride, just throw that in there for fun.
Yeah. Scream Ride 2.
Scream Ride 2 will be on the E3 stage right after the Mooch and Crap projects. What was it there? Project Danny Boy. Yeah, Project Spark.
Project Spark. Yeah.
As soon as Danny gets done publishing that. Oh, yeah.
I hope that they would think better than that, right? Could you imagine somebody like Next Gen, his reaction?
He would not be happy. I'll be honest with you. I would not be happy. If Scream Ride 2 is on stage, at the very least, the only silver lining I can find is it'll be a bathroom break. Like,
Yeah.
right? Thanks, Microsoft, for the bathroom break.
Maybe put that Maybe maybe put that put that behind the Minecraft on the backside so that people are still going to the
You
bathroom.
know what? Here's my recommendation for Phil. If you're really going to come out with Scream Ride 2, don't show anything and just wear a Scream Ride 2 t-shirt, okay?
Yeah, oh my gosh.
Just wear a Scream Ride 2 t-shirt and we'll just pretend it's coming eventually.
That would be hilarious.
Great.
You know, we do have a top 10 that we're probably going to play here in a little bit. What did you say? 200 likes.
200 likes, folks. Come on.
But there's an interesting. I heard that Microsoft maybe was getting into the bundle business. Mooch, what do you think?
Are they getting into that already? Crap.
I heard that the Xbox One.
They're a little behind, actually. What
They are. But J-Dubs, I heard that Microsoft was actually very interested in doing a specific Xbox One X bundle.
Well, crap, should we just explain that the one that we're talking about was kind of encouraged by the State of Decay collector's set, right?
Yeah,
that went over so well that they did this one.
Yeah, so if you guys didn't know, the State of Decay 2 Collector's Edition, that caused quite a stir in the community.
Yeah.
And so people wanted this bundle apparently. So play this new commercial, Jay. Maybe people enjoy it.
Yeah, we got this just before E3, so this is great.
Yeah. Great E3 Megaton before E3. And I don't hear anything.
No, cue the. I don't hear it. Oh, there it go. Oh, Microsoft might have held it back on us.
Yeah,
it's great. But I mean, you know.
Oh, come on.
Well, that's all right. He'll get it. Well, just let us know when you're ready, Jim. When you're ready to cue it up, you can cue it up. You know, crap. The thing about it is this. I mean, other things that kind of go on at Microsoft that kind of make you scratch your head is, you know, it was a hot topic the past 48 hours is, you know, Mike and a few others at Microsoft are streaming Sony games.
Oh,
and
I didn't catch that.
No, I know. This is new to you.
So hold on. What you're saying to me right now, Mooch, is that Mike Ibarra was streaming God of War on Mixer.
Well, so I heard. I didn't watch it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch it either, but wow, that's news to me. Wow.
Well, I know, right? Somebody should have done like late breaking news. This just in. That's great. I mean, there is something to be said. Listen, everyone's got to understand. I don't think anybody is telling. Everybody realizes in this world that we live in, no one's telling somebody what they can and cannot play. That's not what the topic is. I mean, you can change the subject to that, but that's not what the topic is. It's just very unusual that you see so much pushing of a different platform coming from Redmond. It's just unusual. And I will say it does spark people to say, hey, you know what? Let's just picture this. Forget crap. Forget Mooch, forget the shows, forget YouTube. Let's just say you just watched and you followed the Xbox brass. If you see them promoting God of War and you've just only had an Xbox, I would scratch my head and say, you know what I really need right now? I need a PlayStation.
Yeah.
Because the guys that I follow and admire in Redmond, they're playing that. So maybe I should go get that. And then you slowly but surely lose a client to do that. Like the one thing anyone will ever teach you in business is like if you have a brick and mortar store, okay, and you have people coming in giving you money for an item and they walk out with the actual item in a bag. If your product is in the back and it's not on the shelf and they're like, well, I'll come back. Like, no. We'll even give you 10% off. Don't leave. Because once they walk out that door, you've lost the sale. I think it's almost 80% sure you lose the sale permanently. They're not coming back. They're going to your competitor. So I don't understand that concept where they're like, you know, games are gamers and gamers are games. Yeah. We know we are. We know we're gamers. We know we can go buy anything. But should you be promoting that is the question.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing for me personally, right? Everybody's like, oh, we're all gamers. We're all gamers and game on and this, right? So as far as I was concerned, that's true. We are all gamers. But if you look at things, right? When you get to that point where you're just basically roll over for the competition,
right?
That's not a good look for you. And say not everybody can afford all the consoles. Like you know what I'm saying? So say somebody just spent their last bit of money on an Xbox One,
right?
And now they're following these Xbox brass on Twitter or social media,
right?
And these Xbox people are playing Sony games or Nintendo games, and wouldn't that make you question your purchase? Like, why are these guys promoting this stuff?
Right.
That was always my kind of thing. Like, they can play whatever they want. And you know what the funny part was? Like, I've seen Mike in different streams before the Scorpio was out, and he was hardcore. Xbox Scorpio is gonna do this. Xbox Scorpio is gonna do that. Right. It's gonna really beat the competition, the best thing ever, and worse. Trust me. And to see sort of like how they rolled over now is a bit unfortunate for me. And you know, it really just makes you think. It's funny because you have Xbox guys playing single player games when Xbox itself is pushing the narrative that people want multiplayer only.
Oh, I see.
So you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, it didn't make much sense. And all I did was say, of course, something along the lines of, "Hey man, maybe you should try streaming some Xbox games sometime." And he's like, he came back with, "Oh well, I missed the whatever 40 hours that he put in on Far Cry 5," and I was like, "Yeah, I did miss that because I don't care about that game, and single player games, I don't watch those being streamed.
Right.
You know? I watch multiplayer stuff. I can play a single player game. I don't need to watch it." So, you know, it was kind of one of those things, but it's again a situation where I'm such an Xbox guy, and some of these Xbox executives are so quick to just throw you under the bus. You know what I mean?
It is very unusual that
Same thing happened to Jez, right? Jez has been nothing but a positive force and influence in the media,
right?
And he did that to Jez not too long ago as well. You know what I mean? It's like,
really it's unbelievable how like the people that are actually promoting their brand 99% of the time are the ones they attack. That I don't understand. But I mean,
but you know what? What's funny is we might have gotten this bundle thing, which you know would be awesome.
Did we? Well, we should let's do. Listen, regardless of what happens in social media, we are still Xbox fans, and we still love
this bundle. Sounds amazing to me, Jay. Let's see if we can play it.
Let's do it. Roll that.
We here at Xbox heard your feedback loud and clear. You love the idea of a collector's edition of State of Decay 2 that doesn't actually include a copy of the game. We've decided to up our game, so to speak. Today, we're offering a brand new collector's edition of the Xbox One X console. Get everything you need for that true 4K gaming experience. This bundle includes controller, headset, media remote, and controller charger. Everything you'll need to take that first step to becoming an Xbox gamer for life. Everything you need for that a la carte experience is in this bundle, with the exception of the Xbox One X console itself. But we've provided the rest, and all for the low price of $489.99. You heard me right, $489.99. We'll see you at E3. Wow, that's a fantastic bundle, Mooch. How would you pay $489.99 for that?
I might.
Yeah,
I just might.
It's nice. Man, I'm impressed by that. Microsoft, man, I'm clap for Microsoft on that one. That was amazing. Good job, guys. You outdid yourself on that bundle right there, man. Congrats. You know, Sony has nothing on you guys that God of War bundle. You guys have the best bundle going, man. $489.
I encourage everybody to rush out and get one of those.
Exactly. Oh, did we got a call? Is that
no,
that what we have there?
Wasn't a phone call. I'm having this problem where I keep leaving the phone off the hook. I'm so sorry.
Oh, okay. I was wondering. I was like, you know, there's something going on there. But yeah, that's a heck of a leak before E3, man.
I agree.
Heck of a leak. Yeah.
No, very cool. Very good. Great production value too by Microsoft on that commercial.
Yes, I like that. You know what? They spared no expense, as John Hammond from Jurassic Park says. Spared no expense.
No, but I mean, you know, realistically, here's the thing, and I just want to put this out there very clear, because people don't seem to understand to keep coming back to the same thing. Nobody's saying they can't play what they want to play. I mean, nobody's dictating that to anybody by no stretch of the imagination. But realistically, you do got to say something is just, it's just weird. It's just, and if you don't think it's weird, just show me. I just want to see where Yoshida was streaming Halo 5 or where Reggie was playing some Gears of War 4. I just want to know where that footage is. I'd love to check out that gameplay footage.
You know what's funny, Mooch, is this, right? And I brought this up yesterday. Yoshida one time was asked, you remember the game The Escapist? It's that indie game.
Yes, I do. This is a great
somebody asked him, and you remember this too.
Yes,
Somebody
I do.
asked Yoshida, hey, are you gonna play The Escapist? And he says, I'll play it when it comes to PS4 or Vita.
Right. Which is the correct answer. Look, judges?
Yes.
Yes? Yep. Judges are okay with that. Yep, we'll accept that. That is the correct answer.
You know what's funny also? This was floating around. I think it might have been Snoopy. We follow him on Twitter. Cool guy. He posted this article from Peter Moore about the console war and how it's great for the industry. And he's 100% right. Right. I'm not talking about the fanatical thing where, you know, people are doing bad things. I'm talking about my console's better.
Yeah.
Hey, this one's selling better. We better do something to compete against that. You having these companies go back and forth and not have one lay over and go, yeah, man, PlayStation does better games than us. That benefits us all. When you have one company just out and out outclassing the other like Sony is right now, that's not good for gamers. That's not. It's completely not. No. And you know, I'm the first one to admit, I told you this God of War, single player game of the decade.
Wow.
You know, just amazing game quality. What they were able to do with that. I compare that game to Tomb Raider reboot, right?
Yeah.
That's what they did with that. Just phenomenal, right? Because you know, like Tomb Raider was a good exactly, Starscream. So you remember, like, you probably played some of the older Tomb Raider games, right? They were pretty good.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But then when this 2013 reboot hit, wow, they went full cinematic and everything, and that's absolutely.
I think God of War. Then that's what you're alluding to, right? God of War has done that same thing, revitalized. The thing about it is this: I think the game is very good. I'm enjoying it. I actually can't wait to play more today. It's got that kind of fun factor where you want to go back and play the game, right? That is an important thing, especially with a single player. I can't wait to get back into the game. Now, I will say, at the point where I am in the story, I'm not really, at this point, I'm not engulfed in the story yet. I'm enjoying the mechanics. The axe, the welding, the this, the that, the fighting. You know, the RPG element you can see is, I wouldn't say it was an afterthought, but it's not the hugest impact in the game.
Well, considering what type of games those are, you know what I mean? I think that it's
right.
You know, I think that it's got a good RPG element. What I like about this game is, right, and this is what I say, and when I say God of War is amazing, that's 100% my opinion and what I think of it. And when I say that, that's coming from a guy who does not like The Last of Us, someone who does not like Horizon Zero Dawn, right? And if people ask me, well, what didn't you like about those two games? I would say Horizon Zero Dawn had very clunky controls, bad voice acting, and plot pacing issues.
Okay.
The Last of Us for me had clunky controls, plot pacing issues, got boring quite a bit, and the very repetitive nature of some of what you do. What they do with this God of War solves those problems. The controls are spot on. That axe is a phenomenon.
Yes.
Just the combat in that is so smooth and so fluid. It grabs you right away when you're with what you're doing in that game and doesn't let go, and you're just on to the next, on to the next, on to the next. Fantastic game. That's why that game is so good. But we do have a call. MNC Mornings.
Take the call.
Thanks, Jay. Great Canadian web slinger, Mighty Spidey here. All hail Jay. All hail Jay. Guys, I didn't know Matt personally, Xbox Addict, but in a way I kind of did from all he's done for Xbox. For all the times you guys have mentioned him, whether it's a chat or a text or something like that, I feel like I really know him. And his little video about how video games aren't the reason for violence, I think is a really good video, and it should be archived and used sometimes. Quick question for you guys. Call of Duty's not having a single campaign, which to me, that's the one thing you could count on Call of Duty, is they had a campaign, they had a multiplayer, and they had a Wicked Zombies. And that should never change, and I don't think you're going to buy it. But also, I haven't really seen much outrage this week, how they talk about, oh, well, Xbox doesn't have single player to that. Well, where's the outrage, or where's like the articles on IGN and stuff like saying, you know, damn Call of Duty, why is there not a single player? Anyways, thanks a lot, guys. That was an amazing tribute on Crossfire, on Xbox Nation. It really caught me off guard because that guy does a lot. Love you guys. Keep up the good work. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah. That was a great call in, and thanks for appreciating the video. It's the video is the very least we could do for Matt.
Yeah, and we tried to do even more. and unfortunately that it didn't really come through. So unfortunately,
No,
but
that's all right.
yeah, I mean, we the people that chimed in were great, and the production that Jay was able to get out of there was awesome as well. So as far as the single player stuff, here's the thing. I personally love multiplayer games, right? When I say Sea of Thieves is my jam, I'm not lying. I've put so many hours into that. And the reason why is because you make your own adventure with that. You're with your friends. Well, we played the other night and with Grave, and for the first time ever, it's funny because you do weird stuff. He checks out more cowbell with the Saturday Night Live skit, and he sees Will Ferrell hitting the cowbell with that little shirt on. He's cracking up, and we're all laughing on the ship. And that's something.
Listen,
that
I
enjoy.
well, that's what it is, Crap. It's hard. A lot of people come to these shows and they're like, Mooch, Crap, sell me on multiplayer. Can't really do that, man. You got to go out there and you got to be that social type of gamer. And don't get me wrong, it's a lot easier to be like, no, I work a lot. I come home, I put my headphones on. I want to get engulfed into a story. I want to play my single player game, and I'm not going to critique you or say that you're wrong. But then when you see somebody having a good time on a game like Sea of Thieves or Gears multiplayer or Halo multiplayer, okay, you can't sit there, point the finger, and be like, you guys have no story-based games. Well, remember something, sir. What you just said you feel like, that's how they feel. And myself personally, I truly enjoy hanging out with Crap and Grave and hung out with Xbot, Clowns, Assassin.
They're
hung
funny.
out with Jeremy Downer, hung out with Tim Dog. Do you see how a game like Sea of Thieves has even brought people who do YouTube and everything else? We don't always all get a chance to hang out. And it brought a group of people together to play a game that we all enjoyed in common. And that's something that, even as great as a single player game like God of War is, I think that sometimes when you don't have a multiplayer aspect, there's a portion of a game that feels missing.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And we got a call. MNC Mornings, what's up?
Hey now.
Hello.
WMNC. WMNC. It works, actually, Crap.
Hi, Mooch and Crap. This is Wee from Xbox Live. Sorry about the noise. Nice day out, so I got the Hemi out, and I'm actually driving it while I'm talking to you. I know I shouldn't be doing that, but what the hell. But my question is, Mooch and Crap, and well, even J-Dubs, whatever happened to cheat codes where you used to have to like push up, down, down, A, B, and well, all that crap. Whatever happened to all that stuff. And could you tell me what your favorite cheat codes were back in the day? I would like to hear from all three of you. I think my favorite was the Dreamcast one for Mortal Kombat. If you put the code in, you would have a one-button fatality. So thank you very much, and that's all.
Well, what do you think about that, Crap? I mean, that was a big thing when we were growing up.
Cheat codes.
Yeah, up, down, left, right. I mean, that was like
Konami code.
That's the infamous one. But I mean, like, there's just so many that
I
were
can
out
tell you
there.
one that I used a lot, which was NBA Jam, the one where you
Yes.
could be Bill Clinton.
Oh yes, I remember that. Yeah, I like the big head. Like, remember the big head
the
ones?
big head ones. Yeah, there was a
Great.
lot of them. And back then there was no internet, so you had to. It was like I think people word of mouth or maybe magazines.
It was word of mouth, maybe a magazine article, but it was hard to find that article.
Yeah,
you know,
like so
it
yeah.
wasn't
Those
like
are,
in Time magazine. Like, this just happens in Europe. Oh, and by the way, page 87 has the finished quote from last week's up, down, down article.
Exactly.
You had to really find that shit.
Bill Clinton. Yeah, it's incredible. By the way, we're 12 likes away from doing the top 10, which is a hilarious top 10, by the way. So
yeah, right. Yeah, you guys will really enjoy it.
Coincidentally, my favorite cheat code was, I don't know if they would be considered a cheat code, but it was for the original Mortal Kombat for the Genesis, where you actually had to type in a long code just to get blood in the game. If you didn't put it in, you didn't get the blood and you didn't get the gory fatalities.
Well, was it? I don't think it was the blood. I thought the blood came standard.
No,
in the
if you bought the Super Nintendo version, there was no blood.
No, the Super Nintendo had a code. The Genesis didn't require
Genesis
a code.
did have a code. There was a code
Did
for
it?
Genesis. I'm positive.
I thought it came with blood.
Yeah.
You could turn it on, I think, or something like that. So I don't.
But I think once you turned it on, it stayed on for some reason. I can't remember exactly. It's been so long, but I do remember having to type in a long code. And back in the day, when I got my first Mortal Kombat for Genesis, the internet was just in its inception, really, and I relied on Electronic Gaming Monthly, and I
so it was you needed to turn blood mode on at the screen at the code of honor screen, press ABACABAB. Yeah, so interesting.
Exactly.
Yep, but that was the difference between that version, which outsold the Super Nintendo version, was the Super Nintendo version didn't have that.
Okay.
So
no, the Super Nintendo version did not have. I think did it or did it not? I thought the Super Nintendo version got a blood code later on, a red blood, because it was like green slime that came out, or a green blood.
I think it was gray. And
it was like gray green
sweat.
Isn't it so funny how far we've come in video games? Like where that was like a big deal, like a little blotch of red blood that came out and would stay on the floor for about a second and a half before it disappeared. That was like the big news, and now. I mean, come on, look at what goes on in games like, Gears and God of War. It's like, holy crap, it's so brutal.
It is. we crossed 200 likes. Woo!
We did do it.
You guys are gonna love this top 10, I think. So
yeah, Jay, is it up and running?
Yes.
I don't want to get Jay set up if he can't get it up and running.
I certainly hope it's up and running, because I thought I had the last one up and running, but if it doesn't jump up right away, I can do a little magic behind the scenes.
It's funny, Jay, when you went away, because we were having the problems at the beginning and you went to reboot, like Mooch was making jokes. He goes, what did you say, Mooch? You're like, I hear somebody going,
which one? Crank?
Like what? Yeah, like Crank.
I'm like, because Jay took it was like, well, we didn't see your message and it said it was like 20 minutes, and I go, maybe he's outside and someone's like, hit the switch.
I'm not joking. I literally had to run down the basement, reboot the router, because my router's in the basement.
Oh, okay.
I had to run down there, then I had to restart my computer, and my computer's really slow to reboot. So, that's...
No, it was funny, because we're sitting there, and I'm like, well, maybe he had to... That's actually what we said. I'm like, he had to go somewhere, yell to somebody else, hit the switch, and it was...
what was so funny was I ran downstairs, and my daughter was down there playing Fortnite, and I said, are you in the middle of a match? Because I have to reboot the router, and if you're playing online, you're gonna lose your connection. And she said, oh, it's okay, I just died. So I just ran in and unplugged it. So
nice. Yeah. Well, with that being said, let's do this week's top 10.
We can do it. Yeah.
Let's
cue it up. Roll that. Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to M&C Morning's Top 10 Countdown. It's been a while since we've done one, Mooch, but hey, we're back, and we're going to kick it off, man. It's going to be Top 10 Worst Case Scenario Xbox E3 announcements, and I think you guys are going to enjoy this one. I'm going to kick it off with number 10. Microsoft announces they've signed Major Nelson and Shannon Loftus the 20-year contract extension. Could you think of anything better than that, Mooch? Come on.
No, actually, I was really hoping for that one. I'm hoping that really happens. So
me too, man. Me too. I'm all in on that.
Number 9, Phil Spencer introduces Stein to the stage, where he does a reenactment of Stuart Smalley reading Xbox executives' tweets congratulating Nintendo and Sony. And at the end, he smiles at the audience and says, "I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, and doggone it, people like me."
I don't know what I'd say if I saw that.
I think we see it every day on Twitter.
Yes. Number 8, Microsoft comes up with a new service, Controller of the Month, where you get a different game controller each month of the year. It really is the gift that keeps on giving, Mooch.
It sure does, buddy. It sure does. Number 7, Xbox announces, much like Crackdown 3, State of Decay 2, and Sea of Thieves, this year's E3 has been delayed until further notice. Thank you.
Number 6, a remastered version of Star Wars Kinect comes bundled with each new Xbox One X console. That's really going to push a lot of those consoles out the door, my friend.
Outstanding, Brad.
Yeah.
Number 5, Xbox announces that Super Lucky Tale 2, Scream Ride 2, Kinect 3.0, The Return of Donnie D, The Return of the Red Ring of Death are all set to release in 2019.
Wow, Megaton!
Megaton!
Wow, that's incredible, man. I can hardly wait. That would be an amazing announcement. Number 4 announces that they're going to drastically increase the amount of advertising they do. The bad news is that now they're exclusively advertising for PS4 and Switch games.
I didn't see that coming, Brad.
No, me either, but I mean, there it is, man.
Number 3, Microsoft and Xbox reveal it's made a major deal, but not with Sega or Capcom, but rather Dunkin' Donuts and Starbucks because lattes matter.
They do. I mean, come on.
Absolutely.
And flip-flops with the little thing that covers your big toe. Those
Just
matter
one
too.
toe, crap. One toe.
Yeah. Oh,
flip-flop,
sorry.
one.
Yes.
One toe, yeah.
Number 2, Phil Spencer invites Yoshida, Mark Cerny, and Reggie from Nintendo on stage for a rousing rendition of Kumbaya. Lock it in.
Who's playing the harmonica for that?
I think Stein.
It could be. It could be. I love it. And number 1, Xbox decides to cancel future E3 shows at the Microsoft Theater and replace it with a 5-hour Inside Xbox hosted by none other than Larry Herb in his Technicolor jacket.
Don't touch me.
I can't wait to see that crap. I just can't wait.
He's co-starring the White Gloves. I think that would be a fantastic show, and everybody would line up to see
He's
that.
so personable.
It is, man. He's what a great guy, man. I really am hoping that he gets that 20-year contract extension. That'd be fantastic. So, and with that, we say thank you guys for tuning in for another fantastic Top 10. If you guys have a Top 10 idea, please let us know. Until next time, M&C Mornings out.
Megaton!
Oh, outstanding. What a top 10.
That was, it was funny was because when we went to record that, Mooch goes, I don't even know if we could do this one because maybe mine aren't good.
That's what I thought. I said, I don't know if we each write up 5 skits and then we do it. And I go, he goes back and he goes, what do you think, Mooch? I go, I don't think mine are very good. He goes, they're great.
Yeah. Well, what's funny is, okay, so me, Mooch, and J-Dubs get together to talk about what we're going to do this week on the show. And I was like, hey, let's just go ahead and do a top 10 right now. And so we're all in the hangout kind of talking about it. I'm writing mine up as we're talking. Mooch goes, well, I got to put my headphones down, center myself, and then I'll be able to write mine. And
that's what I said.
4 glasses
like
of wine
minutes.
later.
Like 25 minutes. And we were like, where the hell's Mooch?
Yeah, I light some incense and really, I had to get my inner Redman on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, here comes, like, I can picture it now. Like, Phil's up there and he's like, we'd like to bring Yoshida and Mark Cerny and Reggie from Nintendo up on the stage, and Stein's gonna kick us off with the harmonica solo for Kumbaya, and it's gonna be great because gamers are gaming and gaming is gamers.
That's
and it's
right.
Let's light the good point, Luca. Light the incense and let's just it's gonna be great. I'm telling you, everybody's gonna join in. It's gonna be fantastic.
Why this year's E3 is gonna be the biggest of all time, because Microsoft's gonna host Sony and Nintendo on stage.
Oh,
right?
That's a good point.
Yeah, I didn't think of that.
Their own theater, you might as well offer it to your competitors, right?
That's right. You can rent it out and make money.
Hey, I was 100% honest when I said this. I bought a Nintendo Switch based off of the Xbox people promoting that, right?
Listen, you said that.
How fun is it,
water.
right?
It held water.
That, my friend, is a you problem.
Sure
Exactly,
was
Mooch.
at the time,
Yes.
right?
Exactly. It's like, so yeah, they're all like, Merry Switch Miss, and I saved those clippings. Remember, I have this collage.
Yes.
And I actually put that in a video yesterday, and it's hilarious, a Merry Switch Miss, and the Switch is so great. I love it.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah, you think at the very least they promote Play Anywhere, right? I'm going on the road. Let's play anywhere. Nope,
No,
let's
you
bring our
can't play
Switch.
anywhere. You gotta buy a Switch, Mooch.
Right,
Come on,
that's
Merry
right,
Switch
yeah.
Miss. Come on, don't you want to have a Merry Switch Miss?
It really is. I don't know how we even got through this episode without absolutely losing it a few times. It's been so great. Hopefully Phil's listening and we do see him in a Scream Ride t-shirt. That'd be great.
You know what? A Scream Ride t-shirt and a harmonica in hand would be,
Yes.
I would just die. Like, you want to, off Crapgamer. That's how it happens.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And it would be fantastic. You know what? We aren't even done with the bits yet, to be honest with you.
Yeah, there's a few more. But, listen, I'll tell you something, Crap. Realistically speaking, let's dive a little bit. There's a few things to talk about. A couple people in the chat wanted us to talk about the 120 hertz that's available now on Xbox.
Yeah.
There's a few things that have been coming out now with the updates month to month. And
there was a big new update, which is cool. Did you see that you can clip your video clips in the dash? You don't have to go to Upload
That's
Studio anymore.
huge, folks.
It is. I actually really do like that. I did a video on that yesterday. Nobody seemed interested, but that is, to me, is a huge. I know, right?
Nobody seemed interested. I did.
Interested, yeah.
Yeah.
So I mean, I thought it was cool because now you can just do it. You don't have Upload Studio so bad. Let's just say it.
Yeah, real bad.
Yeah. So and apparently they aren't even fixing it. Like they're, I don't know, they don't got enough workers. I'm not sure. Like Phil's like, well, we gotta, partial off their time.
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah.
Well, the one thing. So here's the positive, folks. The positive I'm getting from all this. It's good to see Microsoft's keeping up with their monthly updates and this and that. But the problem is for all of us, I'm in the Delta group. I elected out, pardon me, of the Alpha group. The Alpha one on Twitter, they're very good at being like, Alpha members, unite! You're getting this tonight. And I'm like, okay, that's great.
Getting this tonight.
What about us Delta?
And it rhymes. We might make
right?
play and
right. I just may.
I just may. What do you say?
What do you say? So I'm like, these guys, shooter. But they're really bad at, like, I'm sitting here in Delta and I have one Xbox that's not on the program. It's not signed up. That one is like, I feel like, I'm part of the misfit of the land of misfit toys down there. My Xbox One X that's in the basement is not signed up for Delta, Beta, Alpha, Tango, anything. I'm not in there for any of this. And I'm like, when do I get stuff? You know what I mean? Like, I have the one that's on Delta, but Delta gets it like 4 days before everybody else. So I'm sitting here and everyone's like, this is great. I love sharing my pictures. Hashtag Xbox share. And I'm like, when am I getting that? It's been like 2 months. I'm in Delta. Doesn't anybody respect Delta? That was a big Gears of War thing. Well, that's great crap, but I'm not coming around. Hell yeah, Mooch. Let them have it.
No, I agree. Listen, I had to back out of the main, the uppermost tier one because I had to keep factory resetting my Xbox.
Right.
Like nobody
That's
wants
why I got out
their Xbox a million times, because then I got to have Valhammer come in and enter in his information again because we game share, and you know what I mean. It's just like a big pain in the butt. So I backed out, and now I'm in like I might be in Delta as well. I don't know, but
well, congratulations, because here's the thing with Delta. Yeah, you don't get the latest and greatest. You don't get the Thundercats. We unite tonight. Right? They do that, right? That guy, whoever it is that sends out all that. I follow him, but why am I following him? I don't know. Like, he's so on top of the alpha, and he can give two shits about the rest of us. But every once in a while you'll see like Delta. Just so you know, the stuff we released in November is coming your way tonight. Maybe tomorrow. Maybe the day after.
I like that. They're like, hey, we got this and this coming out. Yes, it's gonna.
So I'm like, they're doing a great job of having new stuff come out, but like they're not doing a good job of telling us when the hell is it coming. Like,
hey, Miso Newbie says 120 hertz could be for VR set.
Absolutely.
It could be. VR is the future, people. It's the future.
Oh God!
Don't even go there. It's the future. I'm telling you.
He's cool.
It's great. Chicka. It's great. Chicka. Yeah. So I mean,
that's good. We somehow got that timing down.
I hope they do some kind of VR. I think that would be absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
Just because it'd be an extra thing. You know what I mean? Like, I think Alan Walsh said this on Crossfire on Friday. He said, Microsoft tends to get into trends late.
Yes.
Or they're too early.
Or they're too early. Yes.
Yeah. So they're either too early or too late. Remember cloud compute in gaming and everybody laughed at it? Well, they were way too early with that. You could almost make a case they were a generation too early with that nonsense.
Yes. That's correct.
Like the next gen Xbox should have been something that they really touted with that, not the last one. I think that whole cloud compute stuff that they were talking about in 2013 was realistically because they were underpowered.
Right.
And they wanted people to feel better. Now they don't care. No. They're like, kumbaya,
my lord.
Have fun on PlayStation or Switch or a calculator or a phone or whatever. It doesn't matter. Have fun. Just game on anything. Who cares that IGN says we have no games? We're going to play those other games too because we know we have no games. It's great.
True. It's true.
MNC Mornings, what's up?
Hey, Mooch Crap. This is Sir X Man. I had a question.
Sir X Man?
Okay, in the past 2 years, they said we had no games. We had 4 to 5 exclusives last year. This year, the only main exclusives that PlayStation's supposed to have this year, to our knowledge that is confirmed, is Spider-Man and God of War. We have 5 or 6 exclusives coming out this year that we know. We have more than them, but they say we have no games. That bothers me and irks me to no end. And number 2, where are all the people, people that dropped our games down that were great games that should have got 9s and 10s the past few years, 9s the past few years, not knocking PlayStation games down. I'm not trying to say I like it, people knocking games down with the scores, but how come no one flips that on the other side? That's all I had to say. Thanks, guys. I'll keep listening. Talk to you later.
What do you think? That's a great point he makes.
Yeah, here's the thing. How do I say this? I like Xbox One X. I think it's fine. It's the best place to play all your multiplats. Microsoft has the multiplayer stuff on lockdown. With that, I have to say that when you play a single player game like God of War, at least for me, you realize just how bad some of the games that we've gotten are on Xbox side, right? So it's hard to really say, and I'm not saying that to be mean. It's just true.
No, I think you made a valid point.
Game. But just like if you play Gears, you realize how bad the multiplayer games are on PS4, the exclusive ones, right?
Right.
So as far as I'm concerned, in my opinion anyway. So you play a game like God of War, and yes, it might resemble Rise, but Rise might as well be put together by a bunch of kindergartners compared to God of War.
Yeah.
It really just
well,
is.
Don't forget, Rise was a launch.
Everything.
It was a launch.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it could be great if they would, but since it's a single player game, I doubt Microsoft really cares.
Yeah, and that's where really the discussion needs to.
They care to stream it, single player games on other platforms, but
Yeah, instead of arguing with Xbox fans, it would be awesome if they put that strength and that energy towards gaming. Games, like they practice. And I think that's the one thing that's important. And I think that I'm with X-Man in the fact that he says, I agree, Microsoft, we have games to play. There's a lot of games on all of our Xboxes.
I have 600 plus.
Yeah, there's tons of games.
Yeah.
But, you have to take a game listen to the people. They say they're listening, but they're not listening. Just because they tweet you doesn't mean they're listening to you. They're just copy, tweet. Yep. Okay. On to what I was doing. We've been asking for a Rise or a Sunset Overdrive. You have Insomniac begging to do the game.
Yeah.
Okay. You have a good base with Sunset Overdrive. It got good ratings. It actually got a good rating on, what is it standing at Meta? It's in the 80s.
81 or something, yeah.
But, IGN gave it an 86 or an 88 or something like that, or maybe even higher. That was great. They had a good base. And you've got Insomniac, who's one of the all-stars this generation, who's come out publicly, which they didn't even have to do this. Insomniac coming out and saying on multiple times now, we'd like to do a Sunset Overdrive 2. We're waiting for Microsoft to call us.
And then Microsoft's like, we ain't interested in that.
They don't even respond.
Yeah, they're
it's
just
dude, what is wrong? Why wouldn't you, whatever you're making right now, whatever you're making with a first-party studio that's a new IP, I think it's great. But you'd have to admit, you'd probably do better sales-wise with Sunset Overdrive 2. It's already a household name. So you're funny because people to buy it and then new people. Go ahead, Craig.
Well, I saw Jez Gordon was posting stuff yesterday, right? He was like, which one of these franchises would you like to see get a big budget sequel? Yes. And I'm looking at it, I'm like, they're all kind of average games. like average to bad.
Yeah.
I guess the Sunset would be the best one.
I thought Sunset would have been the
potential.
Best. I don't think that won the poll though. I think was it Rise that won or was it anyways, whether you pick Rise or Sunset Overdrive 2 or Sunset Overdrive 2 that would come out, okay, either one of those, the fact that you give the developers the true 3-4 year lead time that they want. I mean, developers. That's right, developers. Steve, come back. Developers. But yeah,
yes, we miss you, Steve.
Steve, come back.
Please, Steve, we're sorry.
Where are you, Steve?
Where are you?
So I don't understand why you wouldn't let people have this powerful hardware now and let them go to work and make something amazing. You could really make it so that you have Rise 2 be like that. It could be like it could be like a God of War. Don't mimic it. Put your own spin on it. You don't have to have the axe that comes flying back. I've always said, why not make it like the chains that you were in? What was it there? The whips that you had in God of War 1, 2, and 3. Give that to what's his face there in Rise. You know, let him go out there and let him be, you know, Marcus. Let him go out there and be that badass with multiple weapons and have him have an RPG that actually better than the one they had, like much better than the one they had, and put it out there. I don't critique Rise because it's a launch title. They have a very small window to get stuff done, crap. So,
yeah, that's true. And,
you know,
and at least they got the game out. I'm not down on
No,
it's
you're not.
You know, it's like, and here's the thing, right? I don't think that Sony's had a bunch of great games. I know people were high on Horizon Zero Dawn and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't like those games. For me, God of War is the first must-have PS4 game, in my opinion, right? So for people, oh, crap's gone. No, I'm not. I just think that that's finally the first game 5 years into the generation that Sony had that was amazing. And I think Microsoft, outside of Forza Horizon 3, hasn't had that game yet.
Right.
And you know, that does suck, but I said this yesterday. This E3 is the last one of the current generation. And what I mean by that is 2019's E3, we will see new hardware from Sony and Microsoft that'll come out the next year. You know?
Yes. Yes.
They're going to show that. They're going to show new hardware and we're going to get new hardware. So this is make or break time. And I said this, like, it's not like I'm going to go abandoning my Xbox right now. It's the best place to play. It plays all the multiplats better controller, all that kind of stuff. But when it comes to next gen, maybe I get one console instead of both at you know, to start it off. And maybe Microsoft is not the console that I get to start off the next gen.
No, and that's that. Listen, why can't you be a consumer first like everybody else? Let me tell you something. That makes sense. Listen, I'm kind of there with you. We've been talking off air, and I'll tell you the truth. I'm going to go ahead and sit back and see who gives. Now generally, and I know a lot of people don't want to agree with this, but crap, you said it too. I liked Microsoft's lineup going into this generation. I like to have Rise. I like to see that Titanfall was coming. We didn't know that off the bat, but you know, I thought the old Microsoft was still in place. So I was like, oh, they're going to lock stuff down, and they did. You know, they had the Titanfall stuff. They announced this, the Rise of the Tomb Raider stuff. Really love Dead Rising 3. They had some good games. Sunset Overdrive being announced. Like, I like that stuff. I liked what we saw. I love that we saw we were going to get something again in the form of Quantum Break. I like that. I liked more what I saw. When I saw Sony, I saw what was it there? Knack, and I saw Shadow. What was it there? What was that? Killzone, Shadowfall. And then I saw Indies, and I was like, well, this seems clear. I'm going to go with Microsoft. But I'm going to do this. I'm going to sit back and watch
Instinct. That was
right.
Really
I mean, I thought Microsoft did a decent job selling in the beginning, even though the media was giving them crap with the TV thing. Now Microsoft has no TV.
I want to get you guys' opinion on something. So I watched Zaire yesterday, and he made a comment.
Next Gen 720.
That's right. Shout out to
That's
Next Gen.
Shout out to Z.
I was watching his video, and he said something that really struck hard with me, and the first thing I thought was, I wonder what Mooch and Crab think about this. So what he said was, the argument is that Microsoft doesn't have a lot of quality single-player games.
Right.
And then the reverse argument is that Sony doesn't have a lot of quality multiplayer games. But what Zaire said was, the quality of the single-player games from Sony totally outshines the quality of the multiplayer games on Microsoft, and that's the argument. So what do you think about that?
I think if that were true for him, he wouldn't be spending 10 hours a day on Gears of War 4.
Right.
Like, I mean, that's just the honest truth, right?
I know where he's coming from. Well, I think what Z's kind of I watched the video too. I think where Z's coming from is, I think he's saying the amount of, like, the media clout, like all the presence. Single player games, okay, are going to get that roundtable discussion, right? It's like reading a book. Like, they have book clubs that people are like, we're going to read this book. We'll get together in a month and we'll talk about it. Single player games, the way that you interpret, like Hellblade, right? The way you interpret the end of that game, the way that, like, I sat down with a few people and I'm like, how did you take the end of the game? How did you take the end of the game? When this happened, how did you read the perspective into this character? And it got deeper and deeper and deeper. And that's what I think Z's saying. Z's saying the element of discussion, the element of surprise, the element of interpretation, plus the quality of the game that Sony's been putting out recently, does give it a higher magnitude on how people read games. I think he's right. I will say now, I think individually, I will play God of War for whatever the allotted time is. What is it? 30 hours or saying 35 hours.
I
And then
don't know
after
if it's
that,
like,
it
I
might
guess if
not
you
be.
wanted
I
to
don't
get
know.
every single thing.
But then I play Gears all the time. I go back and I'm playing. Like, I know, listen, I understand. I'm not going to sit here and sell the public on Sea of Thieves. I'm not. Because I think if you don't like Sea of Thieves, I totally get why you don't. I do. I totally get why you don't. And me and Crap had plenty of debates in the past 3 months. I don't like how they had 3.5 years and they didn't come out with enough content. I understand it's game as a service, and I know we're going to get the game eventually. But I don't think that's necessarily how they should have went about it. That being said, I still absolutely have a field day playing Sea of Thieves. And I understand you can't see that because you have to be there. Perfect, Jay. But like, that's me and Crap playing last weekend. I mean, Crap, we played for 3 hours, and did we stop laughing? I mean, we're having a field day, bro. And I mean, like, that's stuff you just don't experience all the time, and you really don't experience it in a single player game. You know, so that's where I think the difference is. I don't know if I answered that. All right.
No, I agree. I agree 100%. And so I think that Sony hasn't done a good job at getting multiplayer games out, while Microsoft hasn't done a good job at getting single player out.
Right.
And anybody can look at that and see that those are the facts. I mean, you can't say one's better than the other or not. You know, it really just comes down to preference. Somebody that doesn't like multiplayer is obviously going to be more content with PlayStation, and somebody that likes multiplayer and doesn't really care as much about the single player will probably be more content with Xbox.
Right.
Ideally, you'll get both. For me, it's a little bit expensive when and I always say this because people are like, just get both. Well, think about it. Say you wanted the best, right? So you want a PS4 Pro and an Xbox One X. That's $900.
Right.
And you need your Xbox Live Gold and your PlayStation Plus. That's another $120. So you're already over $1,000 and you have 0 games.
Right.
Right.
That's right.
So not everybody can go out there and do that. It just it doesn't. You can't, you know. So unfortunately, that's not how it works. You know, but Microsoft has 2 years left in this generation. This is the last E3 of this generation. Show us what you have. Okay. Show us what you have to keep. What do us Xbox gamers have to? What do you got? Some kind of airplane taking off, Jay?
Jay, it sounds, we can really hear the fans. The audience can't hear that though. Crap, that's just us.
Okay.
No.
That's my
Only we hear that?
Yes, that's my garage door open. But only you guys can hear that. I have 2 mutes.
Yeah. So you know, they got a show this year. Otherwise, it's like I'm going to enjoy and ride out my time with Xbox, having the best with the X. And then see what happens. What these companies have to offer. Because look, you think this is bad right now for Xbox fans, right? Wait till Detroit releases, and then Spider-Man, and then Days Gone, and then Ghost of Tsushima, then The Last of Us 2.
When The Last of Us 2 comes out, if you're a diehard Xbox guy, go hide under your bed.
Yes. And when Microsoft, okay, you be an Xbox fan, and I'm Phil Spencer. Mooch, ask me what the big surprise is for Microsoft this year at E3.
You want me? Oh, you're gonna be Phil Spencer?
I'm Phil. Yeah.
Okay. Phil, I was wondering what are we gonna get this year? I've been dying to get.
Well, I'm glad that you asked me that. You know, we're gamers here, and we love gaming, and I feel like I don't want to create a game that makes people jealous of the Xbox platform. So I figured the best thing we could do. I always have an ace up my sleeve, my friend, and today we're gonna announce Forza Horizon 4. That's our big mega for E3. Hey, and it's great. Nobody saw that coming. No. Forza Horizon 4. There it is.
I said this earlier on a few shows, right? I think it was Xbox Nation. I said that basically, everyone was like, "Oh, blah blah blah." We need a roadmap. We need to know what's coming down the playing field here. Like, you got to have something for your audience to kind of latch onto, and I don't understand why they won't do that. I just don't get it.
Hey, Forza Horizon 4, guys, that's our Megaton.
Right.
Imagine, because there is a rumor, right? Scream Ride 2, or I mentioned this yesterday, the Gears spinoff is supposedly an XCOM spinoff. That's a possibility.
Listen, I know there's a lot. I've always refrained from saying this I don't like the XCOM games.
I don't like them either. Who would like? So you have Xbox fans who are
love
big
it.
You have, not really. I mean, just Halo Wars 2.
Right.
You know, so basically what you have is Xbox fans begging for a big AAA single player game.
Right.
and they mic your game. Like, can you imagine? And Scream Ride 2.
Yeah. That would be a.
What do you even say at that point, man? I think you just go home, please.
Yeah, I mean,
You're
because
just like,
here's the thing: whatever Xbox has that they're going to show at E3, as big as it'll be, you do have to realize that Sony's going to come at them with what Crap just said: Spider-Man, Days Gone, The Last of Us 2, that Shinomi game or whatever it is. There, the Shadow of
Ghosts of Tsushima.
Inside
Ghosts of Tsushima.
What are what do they call it? The guys that made Infamous are making that, right?
Well, I mean, like here's the thing. There's 2 more years left in this generation, assuming that what we hear is right. So you have Sony releasing Spider-Man, Detroit, Days Gone. Hey, Stop 6 Stock with a 12.
Thank you, Stop 6.
You. Woo! Yeah, man. Somebody showed some support, man, for that boy. So yeah, you have Detroit, you have Spider-Man, you have Days Gone.
Yeah.
You're gonna
Death
have
Stranding.
Death Stranding, Tsushima, The Last of Us 2, Shenmue 3.
So regardless of what Xbox has, it's already getting into the ring with the best boxer in the world. Like it's gonna be. You want to talk about a Balboa fight? They've got to come out with something. I mean, they almost have to drop the old. We're getting rid of Xbox Live. It's free. I mean, I don't. How do you Because whatever new IP they're gonna have, the media is gonna tarnish. So I don't know.
Yeah,
I think they've
exactly. And so what's Microsoft gonna have to compete with them? Let's see. Hey, Crap, agree with you. Tweet to Mike Ibarra. Xbox needs to stop promoting the competition. Thank you. Listen, it's a very polarizing subject, to be honest with you. Some people are like, he can play what he wants, and that's 100% true.
That's not the argument.
That's not the argument. The argument is, here's the vice president of Xbox, and they seem to go out. And I notice, if you guys notice or follow the guy, right? Nothing against the guy. In fact, we got an interview coming up with him very shortly. Yeah. He was promoting the heck out of Xbox after that, right? So, like, look, dude, Lethal Papa, I like you, dude, but he's a gamer. I'm a gamer, but he's an Xbox vice president. Lethal, I'm a dog trainer. I'm not going to go and say, go to this dog trainer because it's great. The McDonald's VP isn't going eat Burger King. It's great. The Pepsi guy isn't going drink Coke. It's great.
It's not. It's just listen. It's not a normal business practice. It's just
Yoshida's a gamer. That guy games. He streams and stuff. He doesn't stream anything that's not on brand. Right.
Yeah, well, you know what it is? Reiterate what he said too. He'll play the Escape. What was it? The Escapist?
Yeah. So Lethal Papa. This is like everybody's like, oh, he doesn't play the fanboy stuff. So what you guys are saying is that Sony and Nintendo play fanboy stuff.
Right.
They're doing way better than Microsoft. And Microsoft is just playing the nice guy. And so basically what I noticed is this: the people that are like, he's just gaming, it's fun, it's kumbaya, great, he's just a gamer, #gaming. A lot of the people, and nobody in particular, aren't the ones that are okay with this. Game not directly on Xbox most of the time.
Right.
They game on a multitude of things. I feel like they're ignoring what the hardcore are asking, right? The hardcore are pissed about this stuff, right? I don't care who you are. Most people are like, give us some games to play. Give us some games that that Sony dudes will want to play on a stream, or Nintendo dude, right? Like, why wouldn't you want to do that?
Right. I don't understand. And I mean, a lot of people are saying that Microsoft is not killing it in the games category. And then they're like, it's okay. Let them kumbaya over there. Well, you guys can't have both. You can't complain that Microsoft's not killing it and you don't know why the brand's not doing well. And then you're like, oh, just let them sit over there and play Sony PlayStation 4.
You know what, guys?
Like, I don't understand that.
I've got an old school brand loyalty story to tell you guys. This is like from the
Wisdom.
80s. Wisdom.
Lord.
So when I was a kid, one of my best friends, his dad worked he delivered milk for a milk company. And
great story, Jay. Bravo. No, go ahead, Jay. I'm just messing with you. Such a dick.
Jay,
Anyway.
there you go, Jay.
So when we used to travel to the city to go shopping, because that's where the shopping mall was, that's where the only place you could go to McDonald's or Burger King, right? That's the only place there was.
Right.
And when we went to the mall together, it was always, a treat. Let's take the kids to a restaurant. And he could not eat at Burger King because they didn't serve his milk there. And if he was seen at that, like if we went with his father, if his father was seen in the Burger King, he could literally get reprimanded at his work because he used to deliver milk to McDonald's, but Burger King didn't have that same brand of milk.
Mm-hmm.
No word of lie.
Yeah.
I know that's kind of a silly thing, but that just goes to show how
It's
far
not
back
silly.
brand
It's
loyalty had gone.
business.
Yeah,
It's business.
exactly.
And you know, the thing that's saving Microsoft right now is the first thing they say is like, well, we're making money.
Yeah.
But the thing in business is, don't you want to make more money? That's what I don't understand. It's like, I understand you're in the green right now. That's good. Congratulations. Yeah. But I mean, at the same time, you're not killing it.
Yeah.
You're doing okay.
Yeah,
but you're not killing it.
Here's the thing, and here's the main thing too. They're like, we're all gamers, while Sony's out there going, here's how you share games. We're not the ones that make you buy a thing. We've got the only place that you can actually buy true exclusives, the best, the greatness.
Right.
We made dynamic 4K seem better than native 4K. We're the guys that are kicking you every 2 seconds. And excuse me, and Microsoft is like, hey, we love IGN. They're playing State of Decay 2, and then meanwhile they're tweeting out, notice a difference. And taking my shtick with the blank screen and God of War, right? Like, so they're playing nice while everybody and their mother is like out playing for keeps,
right?
You know?
I just don't. I don't understand. There's a few people that are like, why? There's nothing wrong with what somebody wants to play. I think everyone's missed it. Again, everyone's still going back to that.
Yeah.
You do whatever you want to do, but I will say this much: whatever you do has that consequence. It has, there's. Let's quote the what was it? Was it the Frenchman in Matrix 2? Cause and effect.
Yeah.
Cause and effect. You can do whatever you want, but it does have an effect or a wrinkle in time. And so when Mike is the vice president of Xbox, he could say, I'm just Mike. I'm Mike and I stream. This is what I do. That's fine. I'm totally on board with that. But like, you do realize that you're wearing an Xbox. You're always going to be wearing an Xbox shirt. You're wearing an Xbox uniform. So when you're wearing an Xbox uniform and you're playing the competitor's brand, it's just like you just have to understand that if you're a diehard Xbox person, you're like, hey, I like that guy. I like that executive. He's a good guy. He relates to gamers. He's playing what? What's he playing? PlayStation? Maybe I should go get one.
And everybody's running with it. Oh, he's playing that because Xbox has nothing to compare. Nothing.
And then they run with it. And like Crap said, you have Yoshida is a gamer. He is a gamer, but he plays on his console.
He platinum Bloodborne.
Yeah.
I mean, how that? I don't see how he does that.
That's hard as hell.
Yeah. Biggie says, how can Microsoft show a new Gears or Halo for this gen and still have those big IPs ready for launch in 2 years? Here's the thing. There's supposedly a Gears spinoff, maybe XCOM, maybe just a prequel, something. I don't know. The Halo is supposed to come out next year. I'm not sure what Microsoft plans are in terms of forward compatibility. It looks like from the reports that Sony's going full next gen. Your PS4 and PS4 Pro will not play PS5 games, although supposedly the PS5 will be backwards compatible with PS4 games.
Right.
But it's not going to go the other way. Microsoft might go forward compatibility.
I think they will.
If they do, I think that's a mistake because the older consoles are going to hold back the newer console, and it doesn't give people a reason to upgrade. So to Microsoft, it might not matter as much to have games at launch, although the rumor mill says the True Gears 5 2020, Fable 2020, and the Forza Motorsport 8 2020, because next year we're going to get that Madness game or whatever with the carts and stuff. So
I'm actually looking forward to it. If that's done right, Crap, that's gonna be a lot of fun.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I'm not gonna knock it. It's like
I like that. I mean, I don't know how goofy it'll be. I mean, but if it's fun goofy, that's fine. But if it's like too childish, then maybe not. But I don't know. I haven't seen it. But
no, I'll talk to you about what's bugging me right now about something that I saw on Twitter. It's just like it's so. I'm not gonna get into it now, but it's funny. Yeah, so it's what we do have a very good interview though that with an Xbox executive. So
yes.
Jay, can we cue that up?
It's all ready. I hope.
People think I have heat with Ibarra, and I clearly don't. We're good buddies. Yeah. So let's see what he had to say.
Yes.
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to M&C Mornings special continuing interview. We've got the one and only Mike Ibarra from Xbox himself. This is episode 68 of 69. So we're counting down. We're going down. So we've got 67 more after this. Thanks for taking time out to join us, Mike.
Hey, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs. It's always phenomenal to be here with you guys. I'm glad to be back on MNC Mornings. It's been a couple of weeks since we actually talked last. So, again, thanks for having me here on the show. And feel free to ask me lots of questions. We're really busy over in Redmond trying to get ready for E3.
Good stuff, Mike. Good stuff. We won't keep you too long this week. We do have a couple questions. First, Mike, what's Microsoft's plan to combat all these amazing PS4 exclusive games like God of War, Spider-Man, Detroit Become Human? Like, what's the plan that Microsoft has in place to fight these games?
Well, seriously, we really don't need a whole lot of plans because we've got a controller for just about every human on the planet. We've got a whole pile of controllers that are coming out in the works. We're designing them as we speak. We're going to have controllers for Sea of Thieves. We're going to have controllers for all sorts of games you guys haven't even heard of yet. There's just going to be a ton of controllers because you can't go around controllers. They take minutes to make. They make us tons of money. Sony can't compete with us in the controller market. Everybody loves controllers because everybody likes to play with themselves. So that's the way we roll.
Good stuff, Mike. Mooch, what do you have a question you'd like to ask Mike?
I sure do, and it is an honor to have him back on the show. I know we have him another 67 times, Crap, but each one is just as special as the last.
They are, absolutely.
You know, Mike, this is something that just recently happened, and a lot of people are interested to know. I noticed that you had tweeted out a lifelike statue of the Rise Son of Rome character. I mean, was that a hint for maybe a Rise 2, or were you kind of getting a rise out of us and trolling us a bit?
Totally a rise out of you guys. There's no rise coming. I mean, hell, we can't seem to solve anything with Crytek. So if you guys want rise, the only rise you're going to get is go down to your local pharmacy and pop a couple of Viagra tablets. No, there's no rise coming anytime soon, guys. I hate to break it to you. It was just a little teaser at Microsoft. That's what we like to do. We like to tease people, you know.
Yeah, that was a good amount of information. I appreciate that, Mike. Crap, back to you, actually.
Great answer, Mike. You're really killing it today, man. Mike, so the other day, there was kind of this big to-do where you left work early and you were tweeting that you left work early. What was the reason behind that? Was it some kind of super secret Xbox surprise, maybe some E3 stuff going on? Something Xbox related the fans want to know. What was the deal with that?
Oh, crap, I've been chomping at the bit to play the best game that's going to come out this year, and it's God of War and the PlayStation 4. I just couldn't wait to get home and fire that up and stream that on Mixer, man, for all the people out there. God of War is the game to beat, and at Microsoft, we're just trying to do our best to come up with a game that's even remotely close to that game, but they're just killing us over at Sony, man. It's project last place for a long time to come, I think.
Awesome stuff, man. I hear nothing but good things about that game of the year and all that kind of stuff. So, Mooch, what's your final question for Mike this week?
Well, I'm going to piggyback off that last question, Crap, since we're on that. And for the last question, Mike, do you really like playing on the PS4 and Switch? And also for the other executives at Microsoft, do you guys enjoy that, or is it kind of a publicity stunt just to make Xbox look better with the media?
Hell, secretly, I shouldn't even let this out of the bag, but we're always talking with Shuhei and the guys over at Sony, you know, and shooting the breeze. We love playing PlayStation, man. It's got all the games. They've been just kicking ass the last couple of months. You know, we're putting in our lots of time and money into R&D, but you know, we're trying to copy everything that Sony does right now. You know, they're obviously copying us with the PlayStation Network and all those sorts of things, but honestly, they're about as reliable as a dime store hooker. But no, we're kicking their ass there right now. They're sort of kicking our ass in the games department. We love the PlayStation. You know, it's a reliable system, and if nothing else, if the heat goes out in your apartment, you can just fire that sucker up, and you're toasty for hours, man. It's good stuff.
Well, that's great, Mike. I really appreciate that, and I think you really cleared things up for everybody out there this week.
Absolutely, Mike. We appreciate it. We're looking forward to seeing you at E3. Anything you want to leave the fans with real quick?
Just basically sit back, relax, stay on Mixer, keep playing your games, play Sea of Thieves. Eventually, we'll bring the rest of the Kraken to you guys. It might take 4 or 5 installments, but we'll get there. Right now, you just got the sea noodles to play with, and a bunch of empty beaches, chickens, pigs, all that stuff. But hey, that's what it is to be a pirate. Nobody ever said it was going to be always exciting. But anyway, fantastic game. Go play it. Make sure you support it. Make sure you get out there, guys, and buy Hellblade. Really good game as well. People, they're doing really well. But outside of that, like I said, we're really excited. We're just a couple of weeks away now from E3. We're excited to be there on the showroom floor, and like I said, we're gonna bring it as much as we can. If nothing else, you'll have a shiny new controller in your hand, and hopefully we'll keep all you guys happy. Yeah, thank you so much, Mooch Crap, J-Dubs. You guys are fantastic. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you very much, Mike, and we'll catch you guys next time for installment 67 of this 69-part series. Thank you guys for joining us. We're out. Good stuff, man. Good, man. Mike Ibarra, classy, man. Always good to have him on the show.
I like how he mentioned reiterated that we just have the sea noodles right now, but not the rest of the Krakens coming later.
3 or 4 pieces of content later, we should do all right, I think. And no, Foxy. In fact, we will have more Mike on. We've got 67 more.
Yes, easily
more parts. Yeah, easily. So I'm actually looking forward to that. And it's good to see that Mike is excited and has a lot of things coming up at E3. It's going to be a great E3. Maybe we can ask Mike if we could get a Sea Noodle controller. That would be great.
Be cool.
That would be cool. So
no, that was very cool. Very good of him to stop by. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Stuff.
It is. He's a busy guy. He's always busy streaming or gaming. Right. Usually on PS4 or PC. But we caught him at a good time. We caught him at a good time. So.
That's very true. Very true. Now we do have other news to get to. Crap. A lot of people continue. We had a little bit of listen. It's God of War weekend, right? I mean, I woke up this morning and there was literally 4 or 5 people on Twitter all tweeting each other. They're like, "I'm playing God of War." They're like, "Me too," and they're like, "Me too." What do you think? And one guy was like, "It's perfect." One guy was great.
I was going to take a shower, but I decided to play God of War instead.
Yeah,
I was going to eat for sustenance or drink water, but I'm going to play God of War instead.
Somebody was like, I've completely neglected hygiene. God of War weekend. I said, wow, that's amazing. I mean, it's amazing how many people are just playing. So now let's get back into it. A lot of people, there's people even asking us in the chat now. They're like, what do you guys think? I mean, crap, how far are you? Would you say you're halfway through? Maybe a little further?
I'm 8 or 9 hours into it.
Okay. I mean, I've heard mixed numbers. I've heard anywhere from 20 to 40 hours to complete.
Well, here's the thing. They say if you want to do everything and find every collectible and all that kind of stuff, it could take like 30 hours or whatever. I'm thinking that you could probably beat it in 15 or under.
Right.
So I'm probably pretty far into it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I love it though. I think it's a fantastic game. Here's the thing. Maybe this is just a me problem. I don't know how far up you've gotten, but a lot of people are like, the graphics are great, and they are up close.
They are, yeah.
But some of the distances are blurry for me.
That, my friend, is a you problem.
Is it a me problem, Mooch? I don't know.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really. I'm even less than that. I'm probably about. See, I want to say I'm about 7 hours in myself. But nonetheless, I mean, because they don't. From what I understand, they don't have like a running timer on it. You can't just say, "Oh, there." So we don't know the exact. But my thing with it is, I like what you just said. Up close, things look gorgeous, and boy, do they! Boy, do they! The graphics on the detail on Kratos, amazing. Anything that's right in front of you is amazing. Even the textures and lighting look very, very good. But I find that like it's very linear for a game that the media was saying was not linear. I understand that things open up later on in the game, and you can take the boat and go all over or something like that. People were saying on Twitter. But like I feel like it's quite linear thus far. And I mean, it just seems like you say, you're just walking down this cave, or you're going through this shadowy area, and then you solve an easy
I gotta
puzzle.
pay the bills.
Yes, you do.
Hank Hill says, do you think Microsoft's going to announce its new Elite controller at E3? Yes.
They
Elite
will.
Controller 2.0.
Yes.
So go ahead. Yeah, you said it's very linear.
I mean, but I just think it's very linear. I think it's very, so I mean, the draw distance thing, I haven't noticed the issue that you're noticing, but I just don't feel like I feel like this game is, and when people say to me, Mooch, what do you think? I think it's very, very good. I don't know if the words masterpiece would ever come out of my mind. I actually, and I know crap, earmuffs, I understand. I completely respect your opinion, but I had more of a fascination thus far with The Last of Us
than zombies,
I did.
Though.
I do like zombies, but you want to talk about like hitting somebody in the feels, like the opening scene and the relationship that was between Joel and Ellie thus far is more than Kratos and his son for me. I'm only 7-8 hours in. I'm not very far, but
I don't know. I think, you know what, like I thought his son was a little annoying at first.
Yeah.
And then he really picks up, and he's more like inquisitive and like kind of questions Kratos a bit and things like that. And I like that, right? So I didn't like The Last of Us, and I thought it had really clunky controls, and I didn't like Horizon Zero Dawn. I thought they both had pacing issues where long periods of time there's like nothing going on. This game is a reason to buy a PS4 if you don't have one. This game is probably the best single player game of this generation because it takes you right away and grabs you. And there's just something about, for me to want to keep going back to a single player game and spend more than an hour or two on it at a time means everything to me.
Right.
So I personally think that that's what, they knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, no, this is very good. It is. Shout out to Jago in the chat. He says, I love God of War, but realistically give it an 8.5. I think an 8.5 to 9 sounds right. And listen, that's the biggest compliment. I think it's a huge compliment. I think if you even had Corey, whatever his name is, that created the game, the director, if you said to him, hey, I played the game and I thought it was a solid 8.5, 9, he would like give you a bear hug. Yeah, he's not going to be upset with that.
Yeah, I don't think I would maybe push that to a 9 or so, but
you say 9. I mean, I would be okay with that. I'm not finished with it, so
yeah, like for me, it's just like there's this epic experience. And I don't think when people give it a 10 that it means that it's a perfect game, because there's obviously going to be some issues here or there. Whether it be like I had the game lock up on me once and it stuttered a few times, but it's like that's not important.
Right.
Like, because the game is just like so much more to it than that, and for me, it feels like you found something that you didn't know you lost or wanted. Right. And like I said, when you play that game, it just makes you realize how lackluster Microsoft's first party effort is in terms of single player exclusives. Right. Not saying that I haven't enjoyed those too, but you really just realize that it's on a whole other level, right? Like the Sony single player exclusive, like God of War, is the Beatles, and Microsoft's is like Alvin and the Chipmunks.
Right.
So
right. Listen, also breaking news here on Twitter, Gaming Bolt. Borderlands 3 has no exclusive marketing deal with Microsoft, confirms Gearbox boss. So that just goes to show that list crap was completely false.
Yeah. Well,
not there was any not completely, but the list generated was false. If
here's the thing, right? This is
on there, maybe.
Yeah, people are all like, why didn't Phil come out and debunk this? Because there's probably stuff on there that is true, like Forza Horizon 4. If you go, that's not a true list, but then they go, oh, well, Forza Horizon 4 is true, then it makes you look like a liar, right? So, and it also had Borderlands 3 is going in Game Pass day and date is launch. That's how I knew it was super fake. Because why would Microsoft? I know why they should, but the amount of money you would have to spend on that, you might as well buy an exclusive.
Right. You make a good point with that crap. I will say that I still think they need to do that, but you're not wrong in saying that the money spent could probably be money spent better somewhere else, like grabbing it. But Phil won't grab an exclusive like that.
I want to say this is too, because I've told Phil this, I've mentioned this multiple times to other people. When you don't lock up time content, exclusive content for Xbox, you're basically taking time content away from Xbox.
Yes.
Right? Because when you don't get it, Sony gets it. And then we're the ones that suffer because Phil doesn't see that, it's not hurting the industry. It's making people buy the game. Mooch, me and you were talking pre-show, like before the show, and we were like, hey, yeah, Red Dead 2. What platform should we pick that up on? And you would think that it would be an easy choice, but we were like, if there's content, exclusive content, maybe we go PS4 Pro.
I would say that because, and I'm not sure if there was time content, but there was something like I played a lot of Monster Hunter World. Shout out to Biggie 2316. Thank you for that. And
all the time.
Well, yeah, but you know what it is though. We hung out. We gamed for like well over 50 hours. And I heard that the PlayStation 4 got some content. Here's what I said to crap when it comes to Red Dead 2. With Red Dead 2, if there's exclusive content with this deal, I'm going to get Red Dead 2. Probably, I would lean, crap said the same thing. We would lean towards going on and buying it on PlayStation, because why am I going to continue to not get content. We've told Phil this for a long time now. You need to go and get the content. And if you're not going to, then I'm not going to give $60 to the game and get less content. I'm a huge Destiny fan. I missed out. Did I think it was a big deal? I don't think it's a big deal. But literally, if the guy next to you at an ice cream parlor, okay, is going to get the cone, the sprinkles, and the ice cream, and you're only going to get the ice cream in a cup, come on, man. It's the same money. You might go, I don't want the sprinkles. I'm allergic to sprinkles. That's fine.
No
but you want the
sprinkles,
option.
please.
Isn't it different when you could say, I don't want sprinkles and you can't have them? Come on. So my point being here is that if Sony cuts a deal and Red Dead gets more content, well, then I'm going to think about it, right? It's just, and the developers are putting a lot of work into Sony's platform. You can see how hard they're pushing to make that damn Pro put as much out as possible. The X is going to have a better looking product, no doubt about it. But realistically,
possibility. Here's the thing, that Sony has the marketing rights with that.
Right.
It's probably going to look pretty similar.
It'll be similar. I think the X will still look better.
Yeah, it probably will, but if we could get some kind of content, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
That's
but if
what
you
it's
get a
all
couple
about.
of missions or a couple of this and that, or there's something in the multiplayer that's different, then it's worth talking. Well, we can hear, go ahead, Jay.
M&C Mornings, what's up?
We can hear you guys, Jay. Go ahead.
Hello.
We have a caller. Go ahead.
M&C, yeah.
Come on down.
Hey, Mooch, Crap, J-Dubs. My question is for Mooch and J-Dubs, because I know you guys have kids. I'm wondering, your kids and you enjoy the same type of games? Do you guys have different tastes in games? That's what I really want to know, because you guys talk about them a couple times. And thanks for the pony prize. Hope you guys have a good day. Thanks.
Nice. Ironically, I can't speak for Jay. I actually do. We have very much similar taste. Like my kids like to play, they really do like to play Sea of Thieves. They play Fortnite. They play PUBG. It's fun. They really don't play PUBG that much, but they play Fortnite. They play Sea of Thieves. What else do they kind of dig? It's games that I can definitely get into. They do have their fair share of Minecraft and Roblox. You know what I mean? That's where I'm out.
That's very similar to what that was basically echoing my answer. My one of my daughters, Olivia, she plays a lot of Fortnite now, and I think that's because a lot of her friends are playing it.
There you go.
There it is.
Had my finger on the wrong button. So she plays a lot of that. Before they played that, they played a lot of Minecraft. And she played a lot of Roblox, but she never played Roblox on the Xbox. She played it on her iPad. But my other daughter doesn't have a whole lot of desire for playing games at all. They're twins, but they're complete opposites. So, I don't know. I don't know what it is. But my Olivia, like I said earlier, she was downstairs playing Fortnite this morning, so she does play a lot of that. They're more into, because of their age, they're more into chatting on their phones, I think. That's kind of the thing they do now.
Yeah, that might be the case. I do think that we talk about it a lot on Crossfire. Xbox kind of gets into it a lot, like he does, and I like that he kind of trends games based off of how he sees the kids kind of and their friends all kind of going towards a certain type of game. That is interesting. But nonetheless, I that's a good question. Nice call in. If anybody does have any calls, we don't have much time left on the show, though, Crap. I think we are approaching the 2-hour mark.
We are approaching the 2-hour mark. Oh, yeah. I wanted to also mention that Crackdown 3, in case you missed it, because I see people talking about it, gets rated for release in Brazil, which basically means if you have a game that's getting rated, it means they have to play the entire thing. So that means that Crackdown 3 is done. They were able to play the single player and multiplayer, and it's done. Or whatever it's going to be there at launch. So
right.
That means usually when you see the Brazilian ratings board leak that, you're within a couple months of the game coming out. So
that's great news, and that's something maybe Phil having that to present on stage and then saying, "Hey, it's coming out." There's people saying it might come out in June. So if it comes out in June, that would be something that Phil really would have as a huge go home and play this in 4 days.
Yeah, go play our games on Game Pass because they're not good enough for you to buy otherwise.
Oh,
slogan.
Zing. We have a call, guys. We have a call. Hey now.
Fire today. MNC
You
Mark,
are on
what's
fire,
up?
Crap.
Hey, what up, Mooch? What up, Crap, man? It's your boy, Boss Carlos, man. Calling from Washington,
Nice.
D.C. Go Cowboys. I
Oh,
know, Mooch, I know
Cowboys.
you're a Giants fan, and Crap, I know you're a Ravens fan, but let me get to my question. Do y'all think Microsoft will, before this generation is over, will give us one big IP that's like a success, like Horizon Dawn Zero, even though some of the Xbox people in the community think that's not a success, but like a 4 or 5 million sale, a new IP before the next Xbox. I'm gonna hang up and let y'all guys answer that question while I sip my coffee and enjoy one of the best podcasts on YouTube. All right, peace.
Thank you,
Thanks
boss.
for that call. Yeah, you know what? Actually, Horizon Zero Dawn is incredibly successful. What did they say, 7.1 or 7.5 or something?
Right.
I mean, so
Yeah.
that's incredible for a new IP. Yeah, that's really good. Do I think Microsoft will have a new IP like that? No, not this gen. Not.
No.
I don't think so. Like they're gearing up for next gen.
Right.
Not to say we won't have anything until then, but the stuff we get, I'm not sure exactly how great it's going to be or whatever, you know. So
No. And actually, I just want to reiterate, really cool to hear from Boss Carlos. It's been a while since Boss called in.
hey, you know what? We're pretty close to 300 likes. That's pretty cool. Maybe we could get there, huh?
Yeah.
300 likes would be
Don't
awesome.
be
I
bashful,
think.
folks. Hit that thumbs up.
Hit that thumbs up,
Almost,
man.
almost 0 calories burned by doing that.
Yeah,
You can just go ahead and- maybe
almost
a calorie.
Zero. Almost zero.
0.0.
What do you rate? What do you rate Xbox's E3 this year, Mooch?
Wait, what am I? 0.0.
Zero.
No, it's going to be really interesting. Crap. We haven't even talked about that. We can kind of talk about that for the last couple minutes. What do we? Are we going to do a show for E3 or?
Yeah, well,
is that
I mean,
something in the works?
Dude, that's E3 is gonna always be something we do
Yeah.
a ton for. You know, like
Yes.
there'll be a lot of
There'll be a
streaming
lot of
and
Mooch
stuff
and
like
Crap
that, so-
coverage on E3, folks. So don't
Yeah.
you worry about it. Don't you
Absolutely.
worry about it.
I'm excited for it, man. I am, man. Oh, we get another call.
Another
MNC Mornings.
Come
How you
on
doing?
down. WMNC.
MNC.
Hey Mooch, hey
WMNC.
Crap, hey J-Dub. Just a question for you real quick. With all this hate going on with Xbox Live, going to all these places, you can only play certain games on the PC with Xbox Live. You can only get achievements on Xbox Live through Minecraft on Nintendo. So is all this hate warranted that Xbox is going away and we're just trying to get rid of Xbox? All right, guys, you have a good one. Peace.
Here's the problem when people go, Xbox is going to become a service that you can play on PlayStation. How would that even work? They don't have enough games to do that because the third-party stuff that's supplying them right now that's helping them survive, that's not going to be in an Xbox app. They do their own thing.
Right.
So you would only have 2 to 3 games that Microsoft releases, and most of those aren't a big deal.
Yeah, I'm a firm believer in the never say never rule. So I agree that I'll even keep to it. I don't think you'll see an Xbox app on PlayStation. Do I think you might see one on the Switch in the future? Do I think you'll see one on certain TVs? On your smart
you're going to
TVs?
be
Maybe.
streaming.
Yeah.
Microsoft thinks that's a big deal, right? Like,
Right.
let's go reach those 2 billion gamers. Like, who cares about the hardcore fans that they've been with us for 18 years? You know,
Right.
But let's go ahead and go for those ones that aren't going to spend any money on our stuff and stream a game on their phone for 5 minutes a day.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
like that's the unfortunate truth of the matter, and it's unfortunate.
Right.
But hey,
I just
Yeah,
want to
go
say
ahead.
something to the audience that they're probably wondering why we haven't done any voicemails today. We had a very low number of voicemails this week, so we're going to save them for next week's. It might have been because of the bad news. People really were kind of like dealing with that. So next week we'll have those same people on the wheel. We're not going to do a wheel this week either. So sorry.
Yeah,
about
we'll have
that.
the wheel on next week. Like Jay's saying, a lot of people called in, and we were really working and focusing this week on doing something very nice for Matt. So
yeah.
I think that that definitely took precedence. So we'll take the 2 voices. The people that did call in, if you are wondering why you didn't hear it, you will be played next week along with the others, and you will be on next week's wheel. So you are never ever forgotten.
Absolutely.
Yeah. So what's the best way to take us out?
I
this
think
week?
we in case anybody missed it, Microsoft has a new bundle. I think we should do that and then go ahead and do the outro from there. What do you think,
Yeah,
Jay?
Jay, you want to do the ad, the Microsoft ad, and
The
then
new bundle that leaked.
Oh, Jay. He's having fun with his
Jay,
Elgato.
it is our time. Or,
Jay!
Well,
year
here's
ago.
the thing.
Jay?
With that skit, I had to reinitialize it, so I'll have to do it manually. I don't have it in my stream deck. So.
I saw. Why did I see the kid from the show?
I didn't see it.
Dude, yeah.
Oh, you mean this?
Down here, it's our time. It's our time down here.
That's the Goonies.
I know. I saw Sean Ashton in the thing. So
Young
yeah.
Sean Ashton, everybody.
Hey,
Hey,
are you gonna be at the crank it, Jay? Crank.
Hit
crank,
the switch.
Hit it, Jay.
Okay, so let's play it, and then we're gonna go right into the outro.
The outro. Yeah.
Into the outro, yes.
Hit that like button.
Yes,
just want to say thank you to everybody. Jay, thank you again for the great video
Tribute
you put together.
to Xbox Addict.
We want to say to Xbox Addicts family, our prayers and thoughts are with you.
Absolutely.
And the Xbox community will never forget Matt, and he will live through all our podcast shows and greatly miss him. Greatly miss him.
Absolutely.
That's right. If you guys liked the new animated avatar that I'm sporting today, I'm soon going to be offering these on xboxgamerpicks.com. Hit me up there, and soon I'll be adding them to the site, and you'll be able to look at the details there. So thanks for everyone who has supported me in the last year or so that I've been doing this. It's been really successful, and I think a lot of people like what I've been offering.
They sure do.
Absolutely.
I like what you're offering too, Jay.
Nice stuff, crap.
Too much information.
That's right. Let's go right to the commercial, and we'll see you guys next week.
Yes. Bye. We here at Xbox heard your feedback loud and clear. You love the idea of a collector's edition of State of Decay 2 that doesn't actually include a copy of the game. We've decided to up our game, so to speak. Today, we're offering a brand new collector's edition of the Xbox One X console. Get everything you need for that true 4K gaming experience. This bundle includes controller, headset, media remote, and controller charger. Everything you'll need to take that first step to becoming an Xbox gamer for life. Everything you need for that a la carte experience is in this bundle, with the exception of the Xbox One X console itself. But we've provided the rest, and all for the low price of $489.99. You heard me right, $489.99. We'll see you at E3.
Wake on up, it's Mooch, it's Crap, and Jay in the morning. Wipe your cookies, get your coffee, finish yawning. This is Mooch and Crap. Wake up, let us begin with gaming news, skits, and call-ins from all the fans. No matter where you at, Cali or Pakistan, New York or New Guinea, this is where it's at. These are Xbox dudes with Xbox views on slander and hate towards Xbox news. This is Mooch and Crap. Show for the people, and they coming with it. Now do you understand? Now do you get it? Ponies love to lie and PC fans won't admit it, but Xbox hate is real and they all with it. Call in, let it ring in. We here to rock, we here to win. It's about the games, it's about the pride. Now Xbox community, come on, let's rock. Mooch and Crap. Make sure